Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to the 10 at 10 for February 18th of 2025. Guys, spring is right around the corner.
Now, if you're new, our 10 at 10 is where we list 10 new trees on our website at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about 10 of the trees here. There's actually 20, so you can check out our website at 10 a.m. or you can sign up for our weekly email on MrMaple to figure out the other 10.
Guys, we also have an upcoming open house. It's going to be April 5th. That's going to be from 8 to 4. Come check us out. I think you're going to have a great time. There's a lot of great plants. It'll be here before you know it. All right, Tim, what do we got first here?
First off, we've got Picea omerica Tine, selected by Piet Vergelt, named after our friend Tine. Tine came visit us a few years ago. It's just a neat, compact yellow spruce.
Shout out to Tine Vergelt. He came over with Hank Van Kampen and Pete Schwer. We went and saw some great gardens. We took him by Hopewood, took him to Missy's. All around, just an amazing time with Tine. So really cool plant here, guys, named for our friends. This is a Serbian spruce, dwarf compact, 3 to 4 foot tall, 3 to 4 foot wide. I do notice the sun really increases the yellow on this one. Dwarf and compact. This is going to work zones 3 through zones 8.
And it grows about 4 inches of growth per year. Really slow growing. It fits in that conifer garden, small compact places. It fits great in containers as well. It is a beautiful, amazing spruce. Nice yellow color out there in the garden, but it also has those blue highlights down below, which really accentuate the yellow color.
Absolutely beautiful plant. I think you're going to love this one. Looks great in a small container or in the ground. Was found as a yellow sport off of Nana. So really nice compact shape to it. Looks great in a container garden. Also looks really nice when paired with some of the blues. All right, guys, next up we've got Johnny's Pink. Now this was won by Harold Johnston, named for his wife Johnny. An amazing spring display, guys. This one puts on some of the best pinks in the early spring. Now, Harold's business was called Johnny's Pleasure Plants, and this one is an awesome selection from that collection.
And the reason it was named that is because his wife was named Johnny. And sweet lady, I talked to her on the phone many times. This is an amazing tree that has her namesake, and it gives you just that really nice pink color in that early spring. It's one of those trees that when you see it like essentially leafing out in the spring, it's like it's blooming. It's just really beautiful, some really nice coral pinks out there. An amazing upright tree, typically reaching that 8 to 10 foot in height in 10 years. Awesome tree, people need to be using more.
Going to work zones 5 through 9. Protect it from the hot afternoon in that zone 8 and zone 9 to hold that color a little later into the spring. You do get more of a green emergence late summer. Absolutely beautiful plant. Another one that would work great as a substitute for something like the Sojo.
Yeah, Johnny's Pink. Got some amazing pink color. And it's a selection from the south, so it's going to be very heat tolerant as well. Y'all are going to love Johnny's Pink.
Ain't that a beach? What do we got next, Tim?
Guys, we got a beach. We got a tricolor beach. Fagus sylvatica tricolor. This is one of the most colorful beaches that's out there. It's got a nice upright form, some good red color with some nice pink and white variegation.
Oh man, this is probably one of the most highly sought after of all the beaches for the variegation. I love this one. The pink is just floral in the garden. We talked about the last tree having a foliage is a flower kind of quality to it. You're definitely going to get that with this beach. It glows in the landscape. Absolutely immaculate color. That tricolor approach, but that multicolor almost gives me Geisha Gone Wild vibes if you're a maple collector.
Yeah, it really does, and it just gives you that colorful color out of a beach. With beaches, you want to make sure you give them some protection from the hot afternoon sun in the deep south. Good drainage is essential as well. They're such a beautiful tree that adds so much to your collection.
These are going to work zones 4 through 8, typically reach around 8 foot in 10 years. I think you're going to love it. Grab you a beach today.
Guys, next up, we got Acer palmatum aoyagi.
This is one of the best green barks. Now, we're about to get into spring pretty quick, so you'll see some incredible foliage on this one. This tree actually kind of glows for me in the spring as well. Now, it's really known for having lime green bark. It pairs so well with a lot of the coral barks. You know, this one looks amazing next to Sir Damon, next to Wildfire, next to some of those different coral bark selections. But guys, it really holds its own for that lime green. Now, when this one gets to that spring shade, like I mentioned, it absolutely glows. Like, it has a yellow-green component to it. That's one of the brightest lime green colors you'll see in the early spring. I absolutely love the shade it gets. Great yellow fall color too. It's a really picked up bright yellow in the fall. I think really underrated for how different it is than other greens.
Yeah, and that's the thing that people don't realize is this green is really a striking color during those winter months. Give it a backdrop so it can really show off very well. You know, a dark backdrop is going to really show off this green off probably better than maybe like an evergreen backdrop. Pairing with those coral barks is a great way to do it as well. This makes a good mid-sized tree, typically growing about a foot of growth per year, reaching 8 to 10 feet in height in 10 years. And the Kelly green, like the just bright green in the early spring, is one of the richest greens that you can find on any tree. Awesome tree. You're going to love it.
All right, y'all, let's bring back one of our most popular Blue Atlas cedars. This one does tend to sell out. we've got Sahara Ice. This is a fan favorite, y'all. It's going to work zones 5 through 9. It's going to bring the Iceman cometh vibes to your garden.
You said it's a fan favorite. It's one of my favorites. The color this thing gives, it's outrageous. You get just this sort of frosted-like variegation across the branching during those winter months. It really shows up really well because this is a Cedrus atlantica, so it is a blue Atlas cedar that has that variegation on top of it. Make sure you give blue Atlas cedars plenty of drainages with most conifers, but this is such a beautiful tree, makes a nice upright form. I fell in love with this tree years ago when I saw a specimen.
Why don't you marry it?
And it is amazing. You're gonna love this tree. I know I do.
A fun plant. I love the color patterns on it. I love throwing my little brother off too. I love what this one does, guys. It has got a glowing quality to it in the spring. I don't know if the Iceman cometh was an Andrew Dice Clay reference or George Gervin reference, but you could finger roll this one right into the garden, guys. It is beautiful, really showstopper. Now 5 through 9 means this works in most places where Japanese maples work as well. So it's a great heat tolerant cedar that I think a lot of you are going to really enjoy. But I'm telling you, when it hits that spring growth, this thing absolutely glows. It looks incredible next to Japanese maples. Even basic red lace leaves are going to glow. You know, this thing's going to pair with those and look absolutely amazing. All right, y'all, let's bring back the tree that is the MrMaple symbol because it's Maple Mama's favorite tree. A lot of people don't know this, but MrMaple, a reference to our dad. The logo, a reference to our mother. We're bringing back Benny Shishahinga, red and changeful to the 10 at 10.
Yeah, and we would do garden shows. Mom and Dad would help us out at garden shows. And this was Mom's favorite tree. She would sell one to every female that walked in.
Right.
She would say, what you need is a Benny Shishahinga.
You don't want a basic one. You want
pink.
something that's...
Have you seen a pink tree?
Look at the ambiance this one brings to the garden.
Y'all, it gets about 6 to 8 foot in 10 years. It's what I often call a bouquet Japanese maple because you're going to want it shorter so you can really see that variegation up close. That means also plant it up close near a walkway where you can really appreciate the variegation.
Now this one's going to have a ton of pink and green early. Later in the summer, it's going to look a little bit more like butterfly. It's got a little bit more of that white on mint color. So a little bit more of that creamy mint color late. But early spring, this one has some of the most amazing displays of pink and green. Absolutely love it. Give it some late day shade in your hotter zones. It's going to work zones 5 through 9. Zone 8 and 9, I definitely recommend a little bit more late day shade, kind of bringing that pink later into the season. Now, if you give it some early morning sun, you're going to brighten those pinks up though. Great fall color on this one as well. Typically, the green parts are going to be more red to orange, and then you get kind of a creamy pink going on the wider part, so it's really colorful. The name actually means red and changeful. You'll see Benny a lot in things, and it kind of just means a reoccurring soft pink. So you kind of get that soft pink red color on this one. Absolutely a showstopper, and I think one you'll love adding to your garden. All right, it might be the ghost they want the most. It's definitely one of the most hyped ghosts coming out today. One of the first times hitting the 10 at 10, guys. We got Martha Ghost premiering today on the 10 at 10.
Whew. So this is going to be one of those trees that sells out really quickly. Make sure you check out quick. This is the rarest member of the Ghost series. Y'all, slow. It's one of the slowest as well. Typically reaching 3 to 4 feet in height by 3 to 4 foot in width in 10 years. Nice semi-pendulous kind of habit to it. But the colors on this, to me, they're really shocking and dynamic.
Yeah, some incredible pink reds on this, guys. Now, you're going to love this one. It's a fun tree. Disappeared from the trade. Many of you have heard the story. Talon had a nursery manager named Martha. Once they parted ways, the tree had kind of disappeared. I saw this on a Maple Society News quarterly that Peter Gregory had that said basically First Ghost, Purple Ghost, and Martha Ghost. So Tim and I went on this hunt for Martha Ghost. We found a person who was wholesaling from Talon back around that time frame in the 90s, and we bribed them to sell us one out of their own garden. So they actually dug one up, got it to us, so it's back in the trade. Guys, Martha Ghost, we put in the work sometimes. There's crazy stories behind how some of these get back to you guys. Small set today, but it is a decent sized set. It's going to sell out quickly. There are backup sets to this in the works. So if you don't get this today, don't get too mad. We will be offering this many more times, hopefully again in 2025.
Now, guys, we have got an open house coming up April 5th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You're going to be there as well. We got lots of cool plants. We're going to have a fun time. We'll be shooting top fives. If you want to join in a top 5, let us know. And y'all, there's going to be tons of awesome plants. You're going to be here and be here early to shop that day. It's going to be so much fun.
All right, guys, let's bring back Crimson Princess.
Now, Crimson Princess, not to be confused with Crimson Queen or Scarlet Princess.
Or Crimson Prince.
It's a weeping cascading selection. It's small and compact like many of those dwarf weeping lace leaves, but you actually get more of that purple red color on this one that you don't get on those other styles.
Yeah, going to work zones 5 through 9, low umbrella shape. Really a beautiful plant. You know, add some royalty to your garden with this one. I think it does very well in sunlight too, so it's pretty good in sunlight up to zone 8. Good drainage is key for any of the Japanese maples. You're going to get great color changes. Typically a bold to scarlet red on this one in the fall.
Now these are high grafted at about 10 inches. That means that's going to be where that cascading is going to start. And when you do that, you don't typically increase the overall height of a plant, but what you do is you get a little bit of height started earlier. And that means it's going to have that nice height to cascade and really make a beautiful tree in the garden.
Grab you one today.
Guys, next up we've got some nice 2 gallons of Ginkgo biloba Troll.
This should be perfect for some of the people in our comment section.
Y'all, this has such a tight, compact habit. It's everything you love about a big ginkgo tree in a smaller form.
I love this one, guys. You know, lime your ginkgos, they really increase the growth rate. Some great 2-gallon sizes so you can get a big troll right away. Some of you guys that love to troll, plant a troll, don't be a troll. You're going to love it. We still appreciate your comments either way. Still helps the algorithm. But we love the troll here, guys. This one is going to work zones 3 through 9. Very sun tolerant, very salt tolerant. Ginkgos are so durable. You're going to get everything you love about an upright male ginkgo in a small compact form here with great golden fall color.
Yeah, and I love the ginkgos because they're so easy to grow. They're one of those trees that can grow in so many places of the country, and that dynamic yellow fall color just pairs so well with so many Japanese maples. This will go so great in your Japanese maple garden, container garden, or a conifer garden.
Buy your favorite internet troll, a Ginkgo biloba troll today. All right, guys, let's break out some eye candy right in time for spring.
Yeah, some nice 3 gallons of Acer eye candy, selection by Talon Buchholz. It's a play on words. It's spelled I-K-A-N-D-I. It is a beautiful, reticulated spring interest Japanese maple.
Talon knows some eye candy when he sees it. These guys are amazing. You're going to love the color on this. It's a seedling actually from Alpenweiss with a lot of great colors. You get that Higashiyama style variegation. You know, eye candy's known for having a ton of white in it. So you get a ton of white and pink going on. Give this one a little less nitrogen than the other maples. Don't over fertilize this one. Let it leaf out slowly. You're going to get immaculate colors on this one. I absolutely love it. Maybe my favorite of the Higashiyama styles. Higashiyama's popular for bonsai. Maybe try an eye candy in that reach too. Absolutely love it. Mid-size, typically around 6 to 8 foot in 10 years. Just an absolute showstopper for color. Find the right spot for this one. It's going to be a focal point in your garden. It's going to draw people to it. Really nice Talon Buchholz introduction. Good sizes on these two, guys. These are in our 3 gallons.
Yeah, it was found as a chance seedling by Acer Alpenweiss. Alpenweiss was actually introduction by Bob Baltzer, who was a mentor to Talon Buchholz. So this was Talon sort of continuing on the lineage and sort of, you know, that heritage there is with the nurseryman.
Guys, that's our 10 at 10 for today. Make sure to sign up to see the other 10 trees on the 10 at 10. There's always new things listing, and this is just 10 of the 20. There's actually another secret 10 trees if you sign up for that email.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.